Wow, that looks awesome.
That is nasty.
Want to taste it?
Yeah.
Well, they say smell and taste it.
Is it gritty?
Take you a long ways.
That sounded metallic.
There's chunks in there. There be chunks in there.
That is not.
That's not great.
Thing.
That is not great. Hi ho, Keegan the Vlog here. Welcome back to Mark II Wrench Time, or RAD SAVERS, or something like that. Today we're going to do something a little bit different. This is a 1.6 liter, normally aspirated diesel out of a Mark II, or possibly a Mark I Volkswagen. So Jetta, Golf, maybe a pickup truck, something like that, maybe a Rabbit. Don't really know. This engine came with the white car, the barn find that we're giving away on this channel, and haven't really done anything with it other than put it on the stand, and it's just been rolling around the shop getting in everybody's way. So I have never done an engine rebuild before, and I figured this is probably the perfect engine to do my first rebuild on, because there are no stakes, no consequences. This thing has no purpose in life other than to take up space in the shop. And it is probably one of the simplest engines ever made in a production car. So yeah, we're going to do an engine rebuild for the first time, and this is just going to be a side project for me. But for this video, what we're going to do is do an engine teardown in the format of a channel called I Do Cars. So if you're a YouTuber or you watch YouTube all the time, you've probably come across this channel. It's pretty popular, where the YouTuber actually tears down usually engines that have had some malice in the combustion palace, if you will. This one, I don't think that's been the case. I think this engine's actually pretty okay on the inside. However, I'm going to show you. This timing belt is pretty spectacularly terrible. I don't see any broken teeth. Look at that. It is possible that this engine has skipped time, and we are going to find some, probably not piston McNuggets, but possibly some piston damage, some valve damage if this engine has experienced interference. This is an interference head engine. It's a diesel, so most diesels, I think maybe every diesel, I don't know of a diesel that isn't. So this would, if there were a timing issue with this motor, it would result in damage, at least at the top end, at least at the valves. Okay, I'm going to show you. This engine does rotate. It is not stuck. However, it doesn't feel great. It does not feel great. There's very little compression going on there, and that timing belt is awfully loose right there. So I guess we should get into it and see what we see. Okay, as usual, let's start by taking out the spark plugs and seeing what they look like. Obviously, there are no spark plugs. It is a diesel. We will start with the valve cover and see what we see. That cam lobe looks pretty nasty, and so does that one.
And here we're just going after the injectors. Got to get the injectors out before we get the head off.
Okay, there are supposed to be heat shields. Yes, they are in there. Okay, cool. You are supposed to replace those even if you even if you were not replacing the injectors, every time you remove the injectors, I'm gonna save them. I don't know why. That's who I am. Okay, the manifolds were already off of this engine, and if you see down in there, it's real rusty. So this engine probably sit outside for, I mean, the number of years that this engine could have been left standing outside is probably as old as most of you watching this YouTube channel, or even older. Okay, so next up, we need to take the front apart. We got to get the timing system off. Let's get the diesel injection pump off, and get to a point where we can take the head off. Ooh, that was just hand tight. It's nice and seized on there. Let's see what old Blue has to say about it. Or something. Ooh, I think that one's coming. That one's coming. Yep. One ringy dingy.
One ringy dingy.
Two ringy dingies.
Two ringy dingies.
We want to be careful with those pulleys because they're kind of unobtainium. Might need to breathe on it a little bit. Water pump pulleys were good and on there. Fairly positive these are 10s. And of course, one Allen. Negative, it's a 6. All right. Wow. Wow. There's definitely chunks of belt in there. Next, we'll get this bracket off, get the timing belt off, get the injection pump off, and get this cover off. Before I take the timing belt off, I'm just going to loosen all of these while everything is still connected. Damn it. Wow, whoever drove this last should go buy a lottery ticket. Holy shit. Should be a keyway on this one. Yep. Okay, well, you missed all the excitement of getting the diesel injection pump out. Sorry about that. Camera malfunction. Diesel injection pump's out. Yay. There we go.
Good news is the movie stars' names, because you think of next to Paul Newman and Robert Redford. And what I'm reading about is
I don't know what's going on. This camera is really pissing me the f off. So, yet again, missed. You know what? I'm going to put it back on and freaking redo it because that's like, yeah. Anyway, took the caps off of the cam, and they look good.
And they're numbered.
Yeah, and they're numbered. Don't have to worry about that. So got the nuts in there, got the caps here. Again, the cam doesn't look great. The lobes don't look great. I have no idea how many miles are on this engine, so hard to tell, you know, if this is just normal wear or not. But
I don't see any wear at all.
right there in the middle there, and this one's, and the color of the whole thing, it's pretty sludged up. It's pretty grungy. It's pretty grungy.
Grungy is one thing, but
Yeah.
metal.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
And a big thank you to Hugh there for helping me hold this thing. Man, these bolts were on tight. The stand was locked, wheels were locked, but man, this thing really just wanted to move. Thanks, Hugh.
All right, these, you don't reuse them, but you can use them for other stuff.
It goes from the cam.
Woo! Sweet.
Binding seal
Look at this.
thing.
Look at this.
That's when you know something.
Wow.
Can you feel the?
Wow, look at that.
That is nasty, isn't it?
Honestly, after you clean it up, after you like wipe off the top of it doesn't look too bad, but man, like on the top of the cylinder bore is rusty on all of them. You can feel it in your fingertips. Yeah, so this block may be able to be honed or maybe bored and oversized pistons put in. We'll see. I have no idea what kind of fluid is in this oil pan, but we are going to remove the drain plug and see what comes out. Woo! That was just junk coming off of it. Yeah. Hey, oil! Woo! That's a great sign. Yeah. I was half expecting water to pour out the bottom of this thing. But that there is motor oil. So this thing was full of oil. That's great.
That's a plus.
That is a big plus.
Well, plus you turn the road.
Oh, yeah, that's good. Oh, snap! Oh, it is twisted.
There's oil in there.
Where's the boot?
The boot's in the back. The
Is
bonnet depends.
Oh!
Oh! So the question is, quarter panel fender. So a quarter panel suggests that there are 4 of them. A quarter,
Thank you,
right?
thank you,
A quarter
thank you,
panel.
thank you.
But
Well,
but
1 out of 4.
in the parlance of our time, we talk about the rear quarter panels and the front fenders. So I don't know. Let's get this oil pan off. What's in the box? What's in the box?
Oh, what's in the box?
Ooh, sludgy McSludge
Oh.
pants.
Too good.
Sludgy McSludge
Oh.
Yeah,
pants.
but you had it upside down too. Don't you?
Wow, that looks awesome.
That is nasty.
Want to taste it?
Yeah.
Well, they say
That's-
smell and taste
Is it
take
gritty?
you a long ways.
That sounded metallic.
That's There's chunks in there. There be chunks in there.
That is not.
That's not great. That is not great.
Like, look here. Looks like
Scored.
it's whacked something.
Sure does, doesn't it? The bottom of the oil. There's chunks in the oil in the pickup for the screen.
Ooh, are there?
Yeah.
Ooh.
Let's keep going. I think we might see some real carnage, some actual carnage. Ooh! I was thinking this engine was going to be healthy, but look, it looks like it's got that nick there, and right there, it looks like it's been whacking something.
Thank you.
All right, taking a look here at the cam. Indicators of heat. More indicators of heat. What's more interesting than that is the pits. The pits going on the journals there. I don't even know how that happens. That is something that I've never seen before. Not that I'm super experienced in all this, but that's just something I've never seen before. In the oil pump, oh, there it is. You can see it's picked up some debris. Not really sure what's going on there. So here we go with the main caps. So you can see the main caps have quite a bit of temperature scoring going on. Look at that. This engine got hot. The crank journals look fine for what I'm assuming is a super high mileage Volkswagen diesel. I think that those crank journals look fine. They can probably be polished up, and this crank is probably usable just fine. The pistons are discolored at the bottoms, and then some up the rods. This one looks worse than this one, for example. Again, just lots of indications that this engine got really hot. So I would imagine the block is fine, is usable in its condition. We're going to have it checked out. The head's the wild card here. With the pitting on the journals for the cam, the way those look, that's just weird. And I think what we'll do is take the head apart and see what else we see inside the head. We've got a straight edge. We can see if it's obviously warped, but we'll have it professionally looked at and see, and that'll kind of determine what we do with this project going forward. If it's buildable in its current condition, we'll build it and run it, and I don't know, maybe turn it into a generator or something. If not, then we'll give it away as boat anchor. All right, that's going to do it for this episode of RAD Savers. Thank you so much for watching. I wanted to do a little send-up homage to a channel that I watch, I Do Cars. So we did this teardown in that style. If you're not following it, check it out. Just do a search on, I'll put a link to in the description, but just do a search for I Do Cars. You'll find it. Pretty fun. Anyway, found a lot of weird stuff going on with this engine. We'll have a machine shop take a look at the block and see if those cylinder bores can be saved, can be usable. This block can be usable again. The crank looked good, but lots of heat indicators on the bearings, on the main cap bearings, the main bearings and the rod bearings all looked scored from heat. The pistons themselves look fairly discolored, but all of the integrity of the pistons seem okay. I suspect if we do rebuild this engine, what we will do is overbore the block and get new pistons. The crank looks like it's pretty good shape. Obviously, we'll have that checked out. The only real question is whether the head's warped. I think it's a pretty good indicator that this engine got too hot, which is probably why it's out of whatever vehicle that it was in to begin with. So probably overheated, and unclear whether or not that did damage to the top end of the engine. And the only way to really check that is to deck it. So we'll We'll tear the rest of it apart and use a straight edge and see if we can determine whether or not that head is warped. We'll probably also take it to a machine shop, have it cleaned up, and have them do a more professional assessment of that head. So unclear how, I'm not going to put a bunch of money into this thing. If the head's warped, this is going to be a boat anchor. So that's how that works. Anyway, hey, if you are here for the white car right behind me, then we are about to get underway with projects on that in order to get it ready to go for its next caretaker. We already have a patron. We already have one patron. Thank you, Eddie, for signing up and contributing to the cause. So at the moment, Eddie is the only one that is going to be determining what we work on this car. So spoiler alert, it's the air conditioner next. So if you don't want to see that, go join the Patreon community. Link here, maybe here, definitely not there. And vote on what we do next on this car before we send it on our way. Also, if you're new to the channel, you see we just got that 91 BMW, might be in the frame. That is going to be the next car on RAD SAVERS project. So after we get through the white car, we've already got one lined up for the next one. So stay tuned for that. Hey, if you're enjoying the content, please consider liking and subscribing. We'll see you next time right here on Radwood, something wrench time. Thanks.
Oh.